I think Harry's a f***ing twat. Like, my life was so hard. Everybody's f***ing life is hard.
Yeah,
you were
true.
the prince of
That's
a
true.
goddamn country who dressed up as a trying to come back as the Pope. Suck it.
Harry is an idiot. He signed up to fight in the Afghanistan war. That was a dumb move. You're a f***ing prince. What are you doing that shit for?
He's a whining, whinging, complaining, woe is me, I'm the only one that's ever had mental problems.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the
You guys, buckle up because Kelly Osbourne just went off, like brutally off, on live TV no less. She straight up called Prince Harry a whining. Yes, she actually said that. For constantly playing the poor little victim card. She said he acts like he's the only person in the world who's ever had a tough life. And as if that wasn't enough, she turned her aim right at Meghan Markle and obliterated her too. Kelly pointed out how Meghan and Harry have been handed every golden opportunity imaginable. We're talking major media deals, fame, influence, and somehow they've still managed to fumble the bag. Completely. Like, how do you mess up that level of privilege? And honestly, Kelly's take wasn't just harsh, it was dead-on accurate. Think about it. Spotify, Netflix, endless partnerships, millions of dollars poured into them. Yet what have they actually produced? Nothing that really stuck. When someone from the notoriously chaotic Osbourne family calls you out for wasting your opportunity,
You've been handed the world and every major contract, you had podcasts, you have all of this, and you didn't deliver because you...
There's nothing to deliver.
Yeah, because you don't have it. And that's okay. And I think they do have a right to privacy, but that doesn't seem to me what they're looking for.
oof, that's when you know it's bad. But hold up. It gets even deeper, because we're not just talking about failed deals here. Meghan's influence seems to ripple far beyond her royal drama, and not in a good way. There's one story, honestly it's heartbreaking, that had everyone talking. Actress Alexandra Daddario opened up about how Meghan literally ruined her life with something so unhinged, it'll make your jaw drop. We'll get there soon, promise.
So they were given far too much importance because what do they...
But first, we need to talk about Sharon Osbourne because she's been on fire lately too. Sharon's been dropping bombs about Meghan and Harry that are honestly too real. And it's not just Sharon thinking this way, nope. Everyone in the industry has been side-eyeing Harry and Meghan. You could literally feel the collective shade when comedian Joe Coy cracked that Golden Globes joke. The entire room of celebrities laughed, not out of politeness, but because everyone knew. The facts are right there. Netflix handed them a $100 million deal, and what did we get?
Tell Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing. And that's just by
A documentary that made waves for like a week, and then silence. Their production company, Archewell Productions, has barely made a peep since. Meanwhile, Netflix is still footing the bill, and Hollywood insiders have started whispering the same thing. Meghan's marriage wasn't about love. It was about leverage. Let's be real. Before Harry, Meghan was a supporting actress on a cable show. She made around $50,000 an episode. Respectable, sure, but nothing earth-shattering. Fast forward to post-Harry life, and suddenly she's signing multi-million-dollar deals left and right. That's not a small glow-up. That's a meteoric one.
Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job.
And Sharon? Oh, she didn't stop there. She started dissecting their behavior patterns. And honestly, it's chilling how accurate she was. Because if you really look at their work, there's a pattern. Harry's memoir Spare, yeah, it sold big, but the whole thing was basically a long list of complaints about the royal family. Their Netflix doc, same thing. Their Oprah interview, more of the same. Racism claims, family drama, endless royal gossip. It's like they can't move past it. Every project they do is stuck in the same loop. All roads lead back to the royals. And let's not forget what Spare actually contained. Harry literally spilled private conversations with King Charles and William, down to physical fights and personal moments that should have stayed in the family. That's not a memoir. That's monetizing your trauma.
You've got a great life, you've got a beautiful family, you're so much in love. Move on. Get a life. Move on. And they just can't seem to because their living is by telling their truth on the royal family. That's how they...
It's turning your family into content. And then there's their whole, look at us, we're so in love act. Constant hand-holding, cuddling, whispering, like they're performing couple goals every time they step out. Compare that to William and Kate, who've been together way longer but act way more composed at official events. Even celebrity couples don't flaunt affection like that all the time. Sharon's next comment, though, that one really hit hard, because it's about their kids. Archie's 5 years old now, and reportedly, he's met King Charles just a handful of times. Lilibet, named after the Queen, yet barely knew her. These kids are growing up completely detached from half of their heritage, their royal heritage. Americans by birth, but strangers to their own family roots. And Sharon had more to say, because of course she did, and she wasn't pulling punches. She pointed out this pattern that everyone's been noticing. They launch projects left and right, but never follow through. First, there was Archewell Audio with Spotify, gone. Then the Netflix documentary. Then Meghan's lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. It's like a cycle. Start something, hype it up, move on before it delivers. Even animated satire shows have started to call them out on it. And honestly, South Park nailed it. That episode about the worldwide privacy tour? Brutal. They keep saying they just want a normal life, but then Meghan's still out there chasing Hollywood spotlight. You can't attend high-profile fashion events, mingle with A-listers, and then complain about too much attention. Girl, pick a lane. And that Instagram-loving wife line? Ouch. But you can't even argue with it. When Meghan launched her American Riviera Orchard account on Instagram, she gained massive attention overnight because she knows exactly how to play the media game when it benefits her. Even British satire shows like Spitting Image took aim at how contradictory their whole "we want privacy" narrative is. They moved to Montecito. Yes, that Montecito. One of the most celebrity-dense, luxurious spots in America. Oprah lives down the road. Like, that's not privacy, that's positioning, that's curating the right kind of attention. And even serious commentators like John Oliver couldn't help weighing in. Coming from John Oliver, who's usually so composed, that's damning. His take, Meghan and Harry are stuck, trapped in their own repeating cycle, totally lacking the self-awareness to break free. And Sharon? She ended her commentary with one of her darkest predictions yet. Because listen, Sharon has seen plenty of celebrity marriages implode. She can spot the warning signs a mile away, the constant need for validation, the isolation from family, the addiction to controversy. She said flat out, this never ends well, and she wasn't done there. Sharon turned her focus to how they handle family matters, and honestly, her words cut deep. I haven't from day one been into the fact of, talking about private things that went on in the royal family when they were a part of it. And the thing is, it's just their point of view. We haven't had the other point of view. Sharon was asked point blank what she thought Meghan should do about her dad, and she didn't hesitate for even a second. Should she go to her father? Yes, she should. And then Sharon opened up about her own past. And when I tell you this woman has lived through pain, I mean it. She said she didn't talk to her own father for 18 years. 18 years. Why? Because he literally used her for money in his companies, put her through lawsuits, and cost her millions. Actual financial devastation. And yet, despite all that betrayal, Sharon said when he got sick, when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, she went back. She took care of him. Because as she said, he's my father. That's when the contrast hit everyone like a freight train. Sharon was willing to forgive her dad, who caused her years of trauma and financial ruin. Yet Meghan, she cut her father off completely over paparazzi photos. No lawsuits, no theft, no life-ruining betrayal, just one embarrassing, dumb mistake before her royal wedding. And she never looked back. The difference couldn't be clearer. Sharon made peace with a man who hurt her deeply. Meghan walked away from a man who just wanted to be part of her big day. And if Sharon's story made Meghan look bad, hearing Thomas Markle himself speak, that made it 100 times worse. Thomas went on record and poured his heart out. He said, "There are axe murderers in prison. Their families still visit them. I'm not an axe murderer. I made one dumb mistake, and I'm never being forgiven for it." That line broke everyone, because he's right. Even people who've done horrible things get visits from their families. And here's Thomas, a man whose biggest crime was posing for a few stage photos, completely cut off from his daughter, never hearing her voice again. And then he said something that made everyone watching fall silent. I think she's taking advantage of a very weakened man and getting him to say things he shouldn't be saying on television. He was talking about Harry, and he wasn't even angry, just disappointed. You could feel it. Thomas believes Meghan's been manipulating Harry, pushing him into the spotlight to keep feeding the same storyline. And honestly, that's the same observation comedians, commentators, even close friends have whispered for years. But then came the most gut-wrenching moment of all. An interviewer asked him softly, "Do you still love your daughter?" And Thomas, this 77-year-old man who's been publicly humiliated and shut out by the world, said quietly, "Of course I do. I love my children. I love my other daughter. I love my son. Of course I love them." Then they asked, "Do you think she still loves you?" And his answer, it shattered hearts. "I haven't spoken to her since I was lying in a hospital bed 2 days before her wedding." Imagine that. He had a heart attack right before Meghan's wedding, and that was the last time she ever spoke to him. She got married, moved across the world, had 2 children, and never even called to see if he survived. That's not just estrangement, that's pure emotional exile. When the interviewer asked if he worries he'll never meet his grandkids, you could see the grief in his eyes. He sighed and said, "July 18th, I'll be 77. Most of the Markle men don't make it past 80, so yeah, there's a good chance I might never see my grandchildren." Let that sink in. A man in his late 70s coming to terms with the fact he may die without ever meeting Archie or Lilibet. Those children won't even know their grandfather existed. That's not royal, that's tragic. And even after all that, Thomas didn't turn bitter. When asked if he had advice for Harry, his words were surprisingly gentle. Stop talking about the royals. Stop giving away all the secrets. Love your children, love your wife, but also love your grandmother, love your father, and love your father-in-law. That's real class. He's been cut off, humiliated, ignored, and he still gives advice about love. That says everything about who he is and everything about who Meghan's become. Because next to that level of forgiveness, her silence feels absolutely cold. And just when you think, okay, maybe it can't get worse, it does, because this next bit, it's honestly wild. It's what people now call the Meghan effect, and poor Alexandra Daddario got caught right in the middle of it. So picture this. Alexandra goes on The Late Late Show with James Corden, all smiles, all charm, and then he drops this question that leaves everyone blinking. Is it true Meghan Markle ruined your workout routine? And Alexandra just goes, yes, she has. And James is sitting there like, wait, what? How? Then she explains. Totally dead serious. Apparently, Meghan was in New York recently and decided to drop by a yoga studio called Moto Yoga. Guess who goes there all the time? Alexandra. It's her sanctuary, her chill zone, her escape. Or at least, it was. Because once Meghan walked in that door, everything changed. Alexandra said, they have studios in LA and New York, but now that she went there, everyone's going to want to go there. There won't be any room left. It's going to be impossible to get in. And you know what? She's not wrong. Meghan shows up to a yoga class once, and suddenly the place turns into a circus. Paparazzi, fangirls, influencers trying to accidentally bump into her. Alexandra can't even do her normal workout anymore because the whole vibe's gone. That right there is the Meghan effect in a nutshell. Chaos follows wherever she goes, and everyone else just has to deal with it. And this is what ties the entire story together. Kelly Osbourne mocked them brutally. Sharon tore them apart with logic. Thomas Markle broke our hearts. And even random celebrities can't escape the fallout. It's not just bad PR anymore, it's a pattern. A domino effect of broken relationships, missed opportunities, and unhealed wounds.